In this video, I'm going to be talking about different types of fiber, where we're going to find fiber in food, why it is essential for our health, why it is important for our health, and why should we have fiber each and every day. So what is fiber? Fiber is a part of a plant that our body cannot digest or fully digest. As much as our bodies cannot digest that type of substance, it is very important for our health. Now with fiber, there's two different types of fiber, the soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. I will discuss where you can find them in food. So what is the difference between the two types of fiber, and why is it important to have them, and which food and which fiber is more important than the other? Well, to answer that, both of them are important. Yeah. Okay, so the different types of fiber, there's soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. But which one is more important than the other? Well, they are both important for our health, so incorporate both of them into our diet each and every day. I'll tell you which food has both types of fiber. So soluble fiber is a fiber that helps slow down digestion. This is because it forms a gel-like substance in our GIT. That way it absorbs water, so it helps prevent constipation. As much as the other type of fiber, the insoluble one, also prevents constipation, here are some of the benefits for soluble fiber. So with soluble fiber, it helps lower fat absorption and also helps for those who want to lose weight, so weight management. It also helps lowering cholesterol and blood sugar levels in the bloodstream. It reduces the risk of having cardiovascular disease. It helps in feeding the gut bacteria or the gut microbiota. Now with insoluble fiber, this one helps prevent constipation or treats constipation, and also helps with preventing GIT illnesses like diverticular disease. Now with those, it kind of seems like the soluble fiber has more benefits than the insoluble fiber, but then they are both just as important, so you make sure that you incorporate both of them into your diet. That way you help prevent all of them. So to give an example of what soluble fiber is and how it works, so soluble fiber, like I said, it helps prevent this and this and this and this. So what it does is that it forms like a gel-like substance in our GIT. To give an example is to imagine a sponge. So as a sponge, the sponge absorbs water, and then does the same thing that soluble fiber does in our GIT. So it helps absorb water, and then once it absorbs water, it forms like a gel substance because of the water. So with that gel substance, how it also helps with the lowering of cholesterol and blood sugar is that, imagine all of that. Imagine this sponge. Imagine this sponge is the soluble fiber, and then all the cholesterol, the blood sugar, all the cholesterol, the sugar in the body is this mic. Sorry. And so with that, the outside part, that's where the digestion takes care. And then with all of these being the cholesterol and the blood sugar levels from the food that you ate, and this is the fiber. So what the fiber does is kind of engulf all of those properties, materials, all of those things together, like so. Sorry. And in that way, it's not easy for the digestive tract to get those stuff from the inside. It can only get a few from the outside. That way it reduces how much cholesterol you're going to absorb in your bloodstream, as well as the blood sugar. Hope that makes sense. And then with the insoluble fiber, how it works is that, if you imagine a blender, when someone is making juice, and then they put all the fruits in there, and then the blender makes the fruits, and then it takes out some roughage part of the fruits. So those roughage parts, look at them as if it's the insoluble fiber. So as if it's the insoluble fiber in your body. So our bodies cannot digest that. Even you, when you look at that, it's just hard to chew that, because you know it's going to take you a long time. So while you're trying to chew that, so the body, because it can't digest this type of material, it just passes it. So as it passes by, it helps with the movement of food in the GIT, and then it collects everything in the way, because the way it is, that roughage, it just passes with everything. This is how it prevents diverticular disease. This is how it prevents those type of diseases, and also prevents constipation, or when you are constipated, it just pushes everything through. That way you don't have food that are stuck in the GIT for a long time. Hope that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, ask me to give you more ideas or analogies, and then I will do so. Because this fiber is so hard to digest, our bodies cannot digest it. Our body still tries to digest this type of food, but what it does is that obviously it exerts extra energy into your digestive system. So with that extra energy, that means while you're eating this type of food, your body is also working extra hard to digest this food. So when it's trying to work extra hard, that means more energy. So in a way, this is how some people are able to lose weight just from diet alone, because your body now in a way exercises, works hard to digest the food that you're eating. So it provides more energy to digesting the food that you are ingesting at the moment. That way you're burning energy while eating, not necessarily while eating, but then immediately after eating. But you get what I'm saying. Same way with proteins. Our bodies take a lot of effort just to digest that type of food. This is why it's very important to include protein in your diet. So that's how people are able to lose weight just from diet alone. It doesn't have to be extraneous exercises. It's just there to help you look good. Now, where do we find this soluble fiber? Because I know I want some, and I know you want some. Do you want some? So with soluble fiber, where you can find soluble fiber is in foods like oats. So oats are a very great source of soluble fiber. Enjoy a bowl of oat for breakfast. Legumes, and by legumes I'm talking about beans, lentils, or chickpeas. I've never had chickpeas. If you can have chickpeas, good for you. Apples. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. The actual thing that keeps the doctor away is the fiber in there. Citrus fruits like oranges and grapefruits or lemons contain soluble fiber, and they're healthy snacks as well. Berries like blackberries or strawberries. Carrots, so make sure that you include them in your diet, or snacks like baby carrots. Now, with those, where can you find insoluble fiber? Quick note, there's a superfood that contains both soluble and insoluble fiber, and that's the avocado. Can you tell me anything else that you know has both types of fiber? That way you get both benefits. Now, the insoluble fiber, where can you find insoluble fiber? You can find it in stuff like wheat, whole wheat products like bread, pasta, and cereals contain insoluble fibers. Brown rice or mostly brown products. This is why, because it's insoluble fiber, this is why most people think that brown bread makes them constipated. It's because of the insoluble fiber that it contains, and other products and other substances. But it's because of the insoluble fiber that it contains. So you make sure that you also drink plenty of water when you have a diet like this. So make sure that up to 2 liters per day. How much water did you have today? Ask yourself that. People don't drink water. So make sure that you include water per day, up to 3 liters per day, or more depending on you, or less depending on medical condition that you have. Some people do have medical conditions that cannot allow them to go above 1,000 liters. 1 liter. What? 1,000 milliliters. That cannot go above that cannot go above 1 liter per day. Different video for a different day. So make sure you include water in your diet. That way you have good skin as well. Yeah. Like that. Bran cereals such as wheat bran or oat bran are very high in insoluble fiber. Your nuts and seeds like almond nuts, walnuts, sunflower seeds. Most people don't usually have these, or at least the people I'm around. Whole grain bread or whole grain bread is made from whole wheat and other grains that contain insoluble fiber. Cabbage or vegetables, usually dark vegetables, also have this. Cauliflower, celery, bell peppers. And the last one, can you guess what it is? It's very important. Make sure that you have this type of snack. Instead of Zimbas, instead of chips, what do you call them? Whatever you call them. Make sure that you have some popcorn, because popcorn also contains fiber. Have you seen the things in popcorn? So when you eat popcorn, sometimes it gets stuck on your and it's so the popcorn has fiber, insoluble fiber. It can't be digested because sometimes you will see it in your poop. Is it just me? I don't know. I like this mic. Thank you. Take care of your body. Make sure that you take care of your body. It's the only place that you have to live. And enjoy these bloopers. Subscribe.